What is going on, Jasmine family? Hopefully you guys are doing extremely well today. Appreciate you guys for jumping on this video today. I think I got an exciting one for you guys. Jasmine mob, Jasmine family, Jasmine army, let's throw some J's up, baby. All right, so this video, guys, I think there is a perfect storm brewing for not only the crypto market for the next coming months, but Jasmine going to 1 cent, guys. Now this will validate, Jasmine going to 1 cent will validate that I believe that Jasmine will make a huge comeback, guys, for the 2024 bull run. This is why I have tons of information for you guys to understand that Jasmine will make a significant bounce back and come back strong. I need my Jasmine community to realize one thing, that Jasmine will move into that 1 cent before the Bitcoin halving, guys. Now, what drives me to believe that? Well, I'm going to explain it all. I'm going to lay it all out in this video so you guys can understand the process that Jasmine has gone through from the time that they launched their token till today, basically. All right, guys. So super interesting video. My Jasmine family, I'm going to ask you to do two things, okay? Number one is hit that like button. Number two is drop that Jasmine to the moon. You guys know how we do it. Run My Crypto. Jasmine to the moon. Let's go ahead and get it, guys. We'll jump into this video. All right, guys, before we get into this video, I want you guys to please make sure you like and subscribe to Run My Crypto. I try to provide the best information that I can to you guys and dig up what I can and do that work behind the scenes, do all that legwork so you guys could just sit back, relax, and learn about Jasmine. All right, so if you guys do that, let's go on into the video. All right, so the first thing I want to get into is to understanding what happened with Jasmine when they initially launched back in February of 2021. So what happened was Jasmine actually launched in February of 2021 as a company that was driving for data democracy and Internet of Things. So when they came out, this was actually pretty sought after. I mean, there was a lot of interest in this. Jasmine actually launched at $1.30, I believe, or something like that. 4 days later, had 300% increase to about $4.99. Now, what happened at this time? They were actually at the pinnacle of the bull market as it started to rise up for the 2021 bull run. So what happened was that Jasmine actually launched midair and caught that huge run up by investors. They were looking at Jasmine like, oh, this is, you know, something that's really key. So there was a lot of investment going in. So what happened was Jasmine wanted to diversify out to bring down the price of the coin. So what they did was they listed on Coinbase, and then the allocation to Coinbase actually brought the price down. But this was actually a strategy that was put in place by Jasmine because they wanted to lower the price to be able to get more investors to get in. Well, it actually didn't pan out that way. It kind of went against them, a little backfire, because at that time Shiba Inu was coming out and it caught massive attention from tons and tons of investors. So not only was it institutional investors that jumped into Jasmine and whales that jumped into Shiba Inu. So massive institutional investors jumped into Shiba Inu, but as it started to climb, everybody started to FOMO into Shiba Inu, causing Shiba Inu to go up some 1000%. So that actually took a lot of attention away from a lot of cryptocurrencies, including Jasmine. So Jasmine actually started to plummet versus actually go up in value. So the markets became very volatile at that time. So Jasmine, with the listing of Coinbase or whatever, seemed like everybody started to FUD out and FOMO into Shiba Inu. So that's where we got the decline. All right. So actually, to put things in perspective, we know in the 2021 there was over like I believe it was $2.9 trillion in the crypto market at that time. Now 37 billion actually went to Shiba Inu, and on top of that, I believe it was a total of 120 some billion that actually went into Shiba Inu. The rest of the money was going into Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin had hit that all-time high of 60 some thousand dollars, where most of the money went into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Shiba Inu. So that basically took away from a lot of the cryptocurrencies at that time. Jasmy, Polkadot, Solana, everything was doing really well. And then after that, we started to hit that bear market. And with that bear market, Jasmy actually plummeted down to, well, they were sitting at a market cap of 1.6 billion, I believe, down to 56 million dollars. So Jasmy took a huge hit and basically got knocked off the crypto game. You know what I mean? So that was a hard hit for Jasmy. But what did Jasmy do? Did Jasmy decide to give up as a company? No. What Jasmy did was they geared up to make a comeback, right? So Jasmy had suffered basically a massive dip. It was 1.4 billion. So by the time they listed in February to about May, that's when they hit that 1.4 billion down to about 54 million dollars May 5th. $54 million market cap in May 5th. So basically Jasmy was at that crossroad where it's like, what do we do? Do we give up? No, they didn't give up. They kept moving forward. So we know in general, everything gets harder before it gets better. So what did Jasmy do? Jasmy basically assembled a team that would push to innovate the future of crypto and Web3. So not only did they start with a focus on data democracy, but they decided to implement more details to their project. And with the detailing of their project and adding more scalability to their project, they knew that they were going to take data democracy to the next level. But I think they also figured out that what they wanted to do and what they had in place was not going to be able to survive on the simple chain that they had. Okay, so let's get into how Jasmy started to rebuild. So as Jasmy started to rebuild, what they did was they formed partnerships with these huge businesses and huge tech services companies. All right, some of the biggest names in tech like Sony, Bios, Panasonic, Transcosmos, Wits Mobile Travel. Basically, with Wits Mobile Travel, Jasmy and the Wits Mobile Travel Company formed a business called the Next Generation of IoT, which is basically a web service business that is AI driven and now services big companies like Panasonic Automotive, which is real popular in Japan, Aisin Seki, I believe is the name, Toyota Automotive. These are big industries in Japan that Jasmy has formed up partnerships with. And basically, it's for communication through vehicles using AI services for vehicle travel, stuff like that. All right. So not only that, Jasmy knew that they needed a way to spread out their services and understand how to get their brand out. So what they did is they hired on DWF Labs, which is basically a global digital asset firm. They do multi-stage Web3 developments. They basically hired them to enable to advance the project and scale utilization for Jasmy. All right, so during all this work, Jasmy again fell under some more pressure. What happened was Binance felt that they were not performing the way they were supposed to as a crypto company, meaning that they were not as transparent as they should be to their community. So Binance looked at them too volatile to invest. So what Binance did was they put them in the innovation zone, where it's like more of a high riskier asset where investors would not be that interested in investing into their project because of the lack of transparency through their community, for their communities and stuff like that. So again, it was another blow to Jasmy. So, and it pretty much kept them down. If you know, the last year they've been hovering around the same area for quite a long time. We've seen some little pumps here, little dumps there, but that's pretty much how Jasmy's been operating for the last year. And I think Binance was like, hey, I'm not going to take that risk because now you guys are not showing that there's future in Jasmy. So In addition to Jasmine having to rebuild from that first initial blow, now they got to step up their game even more and start to form transparency. And they did a good job because they recovered from it. They put out a Medium article pretty much apologizing to Binance and the community. They stepped up their gears, and they started to form tons of information, started to put it out there, put their partnerships out there, let them know that it was not a weak project. And for Binance to put them in the innovation zone and remove it really swiftly goes to show you that not only that Binance believed that they had a good project ahead of them, that investors could actually make some money off of this. So Binance did their thing. Now Jasmy's back on the right path. All right, their CFO created a Twitter account. So I guess we'll talk about the way that they came back transparency wise is they have the Twitter account with Adhara, who is the CFO of JASMY, and then they created a JASMY management team Twitter, and then you have JASMY US, who kind of represents some of that. Not only that, they created an ambassador program for JASMY and Twitter, so people are actually promoting JASMY as ambassadors to continue building the communities. And not only you have people like us who support JASMY and try to build their community as well. All right, so community adoption basically has grown over about 62% since they started that, which is extremely huge. There's been an increase of wallet addresses. So JASMY's actually turned everything around. They started to build momentum, and with everything that they have in place, working towards data democracy has been the bigger challenge. But it seems like with JASMY doing everything they did, forming their partnerships, creating the secure PC program, they did the software in the Asian language, and then now they're creating one for the English language, which is pretty huge, guys. Their Vios partnerships, so they selling computers with their software in it, which is super huge. But I think JASMY's main focus was how would they combat with Web3. So I believe that JASMY felt like their programming, their system, everything was solid, but thinking ahead of the game, JASMY moving into Web3 and understanding the security of Web3, the data locker storage, how many people are going to be using this system that they're going after, how consumers are actually going to be making money off of data. And that means like you and I making money off of personal data and businesses making money off of personal data. I think JASMY believed that there's going to be a huge influx of users to that program. So the next move that they made, I think, is going to be the biggest move, which is going to be huge for JASMY. And this is going to drive not only institutional investors, and so like from the beginning when JASMY first launched, 300% up from $1.30 up to about $4.99. Well, here's the deal: when they came out like that and the interest it took and the way that the communities are going, this is why I believe that JASMY is going to go back to that entry level of when they first listed at $1.30, and I believe it's going to happen prior to the next bull run. Now, what is going to validate that is when we get to that point where institutional investors see. Here's the thing: institutional investors and major players are not interested in investing right now. Why? Because they're doing their thing. It's the summertime. They're really not focused on, you got whales buying in, but the big investors are coming back, and they're coming back from their vacations or wherever they're doing. And generally the investing starts within the October, November, December range, and that's been proven time after time. So I believe that the attention that JASMY is getting, based on, if you look around, if you just take a look around, you go on Twitter, you go on YouTube, JASMY is getting massive attention, guys. And this is attention that is well overdue and well deserved for JASMY. And this is what's going to happen: is these investors are going to take notice of that. Then we're going to hit that 1 cent mark, and that's going to validate that we're going to that entry level. And then with the bull run will take us to those peaks that we're looking for. There's tons of predictions of JASMY being super low. I disbelieve that. I think all the stars are aligning, everything is falling into place. Jasmine is rocking on all cylinders because Jasmine decided that their system that they had in place was not going to be able to handle Web3 innovation and what they're trying to achieve. So Jasmine did the unthinkable and introduced Jasmine Chain. This is the best move that Jasmine could have done to position themselves to handle the influx of users, to show that they're going beyond what they felt was going to be successful. And I believe that Jasmine is going to make a huge comeback based off of everything that they have put in place. And I left out quite a bit. So I mean, I just put just kind of key businesses. You know, they have the Travala travel agency that you could buy and utilize, buy tickets, buy hotel, book cars with Jasmine. Jasmine actually formed Jasmine Labs. There's major things that are involved to take Jasmine to the levels that I'm talking about. So guys, please do your due diligence when you're talking about Jasmine project. Let people understand that they're not this mom and pop shop anymore. They're even making deals and talking through with big central banks. So there's a lot more to come, guys, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even got into the foundation of what Jasmine is going to build for the future. And I'm super bullish on Jasmine, and I hope you guys are super bullish on Jasmine. So I hope you guys take all this information and know that Jasmine is going to be #1 with data democracy and being able to compensate or be compensated off of data utilization. So keep your focus. Make sure you guys are continuously investing, not financial advice, in Jasmine, dollar cost average, whatever you can do to build your portfolios. Again, if I were to lay down some price predictions for Jasmine, I do believe that 1 cent will hit before that Bitcoin halving, and then prior to the start of the bull run, I think we'll already be roughly within that $1 to $1.30 range, topping out possibly at about a $2 max for Jasmine. If Shiba Inu can do it, it's a meme token. I believe that Jasmine can go far beyond that, guys. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys help out Run My Crypto channel, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you guys want more interesting details like this, guys. All right, take care, be blessed.